Alright, y'all, here we go. Tell the world your name again.
Beni.deyo.
Where you from?
Kingdom of Heaven. You gotta know that.
Alright. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions during the interview, and you just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
For sure.
Alright. What's something you've been through that really changed you?
Man, what? You just want one thing? Or just...
Go ahead, just, first thing that comes to your mind.
The first thing that comes to my mind, I'll say, bro, it's a lot. So, currently, I'll say the biggest thing, like, that's gonna have the biggest impact moving forward for the rest of my life is giving my life to Jesus. Cause it changed me. Like, it changed the way I think. It changed, the way I talk, the way I move. I'm not the same person that I was before that. Like, I still got stuff, habits or things that I got to change and work on and outgrow. But if you knew me then, like before, and you see me now, like, I'm not the same person at all. So I say that's the biggest thing. Some other stuff, I done been in a cult. That definitely left an impact, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you see, like, when I be out, it be weird, because some people would come up to me and ask me, like, what your tattoos mean, or why you got that? Other people just stare at me, like, so when people ask me, it give me the opportunity to elaborate on the situation. But I took a lot from that, because it changed me for sure, but at the same time, I feel like it was stepping stones for me to become the person that I need to be and learn certain life lessons through that. Like, I went through that to be able to help somebody else not go through that, or, you feel me, help somebody get out of that. It taught me to be able to spot wolf in sheep clothing when it comes to, the Bible or preaching the word, being able to identify somebody by their fruit, like a whole bunch of different things. So I say that. One more other thing that changed me. Trauma, like, growing up, I was like, and I ain't gonna lie, like, sometimes I even still am this way, but like, I was just full of love. So within that, like, children innocent, they naive. And because of that, like, the older I got, it was like, I was still naive. Like, I see stuff and recognize it, but I'm like, this can't be, or, I give grace to a lot of things or a lot of people and stuff like that. So as I'm moving through life and I'm just generously giving out love and not getting it back, or, just certain things happening from situations of me being me, it kind of, I always been a reserved person, but it put me in a shell at first. Then it had me like, it turned to like sadness, I guess, for a second. Then it turned to anger. And I really just became angry for a lot of years in my adolescent and early adult life. So, them probably the main three things, for real.
No, that's deep. What's your biggest lesson from failure or heartbreak?
Failure, my biggest lesson from failure.
Or heartbreak?
I'm gonna say one for both. I'm gonna start with the heartbreak. I'll just say my biggest lesson from heartbreak, you just gotta use discernment and be careful. Like, be careful who you give your heart to or who you open up to and trust, for real, because everybody not to be trusted. Not everybody shouldn't be able to handle your heart in that way. Everybody shouldn't have access to you, that much access to you to be able to hurt you like that. When it comes to the failure, improve people. Like, don't be quick to call somebody your friend. Don't be quick to jump in a relationship. Because you don't never know somebody until you know them. And it take longer to, the only thing that'll show you that is time, for real. Like, and going through real life situations. So, yeah, you just gotta test the spirit by the spirit. And like I said, allow time to do its job. That's the biggest thing I learned from heartbreak. Failure, you just gotta get up and keep going. That's a part of life. That's a part of anything that you're doing. So, for one, you're gonna fail if you don't try. And when you do start to try whatever it is that you're doing, you're still gonna fail. But it ain't a failure. It's just a lesson. It's just something that okay, I fell in this way, or I wasn't successful in the way that I wanted to be, and this is probably why. So now you can pinpoint how to move different.
When did you realize you was on the right path?
When did I realize I was on the right path? like I say, when I gave my life to Christ,
Is there an age for that?
I was 19 when I got baptized, but when I got baptized, I didn't change in action. Like, I was still doing the same stuff, but like my heart posture changed. Like, I always had an awareness of God. I knew God was real. Like, even when I was doing wrong, I still had like lines I wouldn't cross out of respect for God. That was before the baptism. After the baptism, like, that kind of intensified. My conviction grew stronger. And then, with time, like I said, like, with time, I just started to really like seek God wholeheartedly, and I just felt Him changing my heart, changing my spirit, and I just submitted to it. Like, for a long time, I was running from it and running from Him, cause like most people, especially young people, when you think of walking with God or living right or a righteous life, it's like, nah, that's boring. I'll do it when I'm older. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't da 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 da. But like, bro, what people fail to realize is you're not restricted. There's no restrictions. He literally is offering you freedom from the bondage of sin. But people don't recognize that they're in bondage to sin. That the things that they enjoy are sin, and it's pushing them farther and farther and farther away from God. So like, you're just creating a bigger issue. So once I really gave myself to Him, like, that's when I realized, like, I'm on the right path. I know I'm on the right path. And you will see Him. The more that you seek Him, the more you're going to see Him in your life. So it be daily occurrences where He just, like I said, I recognize His movement. I recognize His hand in my life. I recognize Him being the organizer and me being the vessel.
If you could talk to your younger self, what would you say?
Everybody not your friend. You shouldn't want everybody to be your friend. Everybody not gonna like you. You shouldn't want everybody to like you. Them the main two, I'd say, probably. And just be you. Like, I always been me, but at the same time, you want to fit in. You want to like feel accepted by people. So I might have hidden certain parts of who I was, or made myself to be a certain way that in my heart I wasn't. So yeah, just be you, be true to you, and everybody not supposed to be in your life, and who's supposed to be there gonna be there. Just trust the process, trust God's plan. And the last thing I said, I should have just gave my life to God earlier.
What moment made you feel like giving up, and what made you keep going?
I'm gonna speak to the most recent thing. I say everything that been going on the past couple years, like me going through the divorce, me, it affected the way that I be able to see my kids. Still catching a case every other year, going to jail. Like, soon as I get up, or I'm building financial stability, I go right back down. Feeling like I don't have nobody that I can run to or lean on. Like, sometimes not even feeling like I'm doing right by God when I know I am. It's just my mind like be telling me like you ain't doing enough, or the lies of the enemy, the schemes of the enemy try to play on your mental. Just a combination of all them things, and at this point, like, I wouldn't say it got me feeling like I want to give up, but it definitely kind of just took me back. It's taking me back a little bit more, and I'm fighting to get through it. But my grandfather passing, like, it's just way heavier on me than I thought it'd be. So,
what's something you had to heal from?
all them things I just said.
How do you deal with self-doubt or pressure?
I'm like, the way I grew up, like, I just keep going. Like, it be to the point I don't even recognize, like, you would deal with something or have a trauma or experience, and it kind of like, all right, you know this was going on. You recognize how you feel, but at the end of the day, life gonna keep moving. I still gotta wake up tomorrow. I still gotta do what I gotta do today. So I acknowledge it in a moment, but I kind of like brush it to the side just naturally because of how I move, like, in my day-to-day life. So I just kind of, I guess if you want to call that a numbness or just not really giving too much power to it, and speaking life over myself, like, I gotta acknowledge as of late, like, that's something I've been doing within the last year, just acknowledging how I feel, recognizing where I am mentally, speaking to it truthfully, and rebuking it, and speaking life over myself, going in deep into prayer, reading the word, stuff like that. And if I gotta talk to somebody about whatever it is, I'll reach out to somebody I feel like I could trust and just chop it up.
What inspires you the most right now?
My kids, and wanting to live in the fullness of the person that I know God created me to be. Like, I know I got a lot of experiences, I'm not gonna say I got a lot of wisdom, but I know God got a lot of wisdom that he could share through me. Just being able to leave an impact on people, a positive impact on people. Like, this world dark, like, it's literally the devil playground. So I'm just trying to be somebody that stand up, as a servant for God, as a soldier for God, because that's what you got to be. You got to be prepared to battle Satan and everything that come with him in this realm. You got to be prepared to go to war in the spirit and physically. But our tools are not, our weapons of war are not physical. So you still fighting these physical and spiritual battles with spiritual tools. I just want to be able to help set people mind free and lead them to Christ for real. That's what motivates me the most.
How do you stay creative or motivated?
I don't know. How do I stay creative or motivated? I don't know, bro, because motivated, like I said, I just know life don't stop. So I got to find a way and figure a way out. And, just rely on God. Ultimately, I say for motivation, just knowing that his will for my life going to be what play out. And as long as I don't get in the way of him and self-sabotage that, like, everything going to be cool. Like, what's supposed to be going to be. What's not supposed to be, it ain't going to be. And, finding peace in that. Continuing to work through everything. Do what I could do in my power. To gain what it is that I'm working for. When it comes to creativity, I don't know, just life for real. Like, I could be out and see something that make me think about something in the past or something I'm dealing with right now and I want to write. Or, see something, like, might see graffiti or something, or just a raw shirt somebody got on or whatever, and make me want to go paint or work on my clothes, like, or like I say, like, or even when God give me ideas, like, it ain't no routine for that. It's just however life presented.
What's your why behind what you do?
Like I say, just being a servant. Everything I gotta treat everything like ministry, and ministry for me start with making sure I'm aligned with the Father first, so I don't mislead nobody. I'm not misrepresenting him, nothing like that. And then second, I ain't even gonna say, you gotta ask the question again because I just got caught up in my.
What's your why behind what you do?
Yeah. So being a witness.